There was a while that Jacques and Pierre had jobs as maintenance men at the hospital. And in front of the hospital, they had this great big old tall flagpole. Well, their boss lady was this blonde lady, and she says, I want you to go out there, Jacques and Pierre, and find out how tall the flagpole is. Says Jacques and Pierre says, okay. So they go out to look at it, and Jacques says, Pierre, we don't have a ladder tall enough to get up to the top of the flagpole. How are we going to measure how tall the flagpole is? And Pierre says, I don't know. So they sat there and they thought and they thought. They tried to run their tape measure up, and you know how they do. They flop over after they go so far. And they just sat down and sitting there trying to figure out how in the world we're going to measure how tall the flagpole is. It won't long. Here comes that blonde boss lady. She says, I told you boys to measure how tall the flagpole is. How tall is it? And Jacques and Pierre says, we don't know. We haven't done it yet. She said, well, you better do it and have it done in about 10 minutes, and I'm going to come back and find out. And she walked away, and Jacques and Pierre kind of muttered each other, dumb old blonde lady, boss lady, trying to tell us what to do. And she don't know there's no way to measure how tall that flagpole is. We don't have the equipment. We don't know how to do it. It won't long. She came back, and she was just a fussing. She had on her tool belt. She took out the bolts down at the base of the flagpole, and she said, you boys lower it down. And she took out her tape measure and went along and measured how long it was. And she said, now, I measured it for you. It's 35 feet long. And she walked away. Jacques looked at Pierre, and he said, that dumb old blonde. And Pierre says, oh, oui, that dumb old blonde. And Jacques says, she tells us to find out how tall it is, and then she tells us how long it is.